Another week, more news. The Eurovision Adventure is back. We've got me and Emily this week for you, and we're going to talk selections this week. That's because Poland and Armenia have announced massive new selection formats, both expecting to last up to 3 months. We're going to discuss Armenia first. The selection is simply called To Eurovision, and all we really know is they want to do a mass casting call lasting about 3 or 4 months. Emily, thoughts on this massive idea coming out of Armenia?
Honestly, as much as I love national finals, I don't want it to turn into something that Lithuania has done before, with it being really long and then getting a sort of meh result. But because it's Armenia, I sort of believe in them more because they have just done so well in the past in Eurovision that I do believe there are probably people out there that could maybe even bring Armenia its first victory, perhaps. I don't know. But as we know, the country itself is willing to try different things for Eurovision, such as they've done internal selections. They did genealogy in 2015, which was bringing everyone around the world together in a group. So it could go either way.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, with national selections, you're never quite sure. Maybe it's just to find new Armenian talent. There's very little we know about the country as a whole, to be honest, and their names and their stars. So maybe this can bring out someone new. I'm hoping it's like new people, because I would really not like it if, say, popular Armenian acts such as like Sarusho and MP3 came back in not to win, just because of it would hurt Armenia probably in the long run, because then if they came back, they didn't win, problems would then arise in some sort of format. So maybe it's a quest for new talent, I don't know. I hope it doesn't turn into something like Lithuania where it's just dragged out and then so you just get a bit of a meh result, or you're so exhausted by the end of it you don't really care for the result by the end of it. Or that's how I felt from Lithuania. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, they've only failed to qualify once in their history of being in the contest, top 5 2 times, so we'll have to see what Armenia can bring this year, and no doubt we will be following it every step of the way. We're going to move on to Poland now, which last year's national selection brought probably the biggest controversy and fallout on social media and Eurovision I've ever seen. And they've announced they want to do an even bigger national selection involving all regions within Poland. So effectively, saying something like, it's almost sounds like a bit like the X Factor, going around the country, finding acts, getting to things, and then probably culminating in one final show. So again, they're saying this could last several months. I mean, you're a bit of a Poland fan. What are your thoughts on this new bold idea from the country?
Again, I don't really mind it. It could work or it could go disastrously. Right now, there's not enough really information about it to really know what will happen. But if it is like an X Factor sort of thing, like you said, there will be an eventual winner, and they should be decent because they'd scanned the whole area for people. That's the whole point of it, I guess. But it's the same as Armenia, really. Like I don't see why they shouldn't have this big selection. If they're willing to do it, then why not?
Yeah, I'd say Miko Shpak brought them a top 10 result, which not many people were expecting at the start of Eurovision. I'm sure Emily was very happy about that result though, come the final. And yeah, say maybe again it's finding different talent, or get more people interested, maybe because they are starting to do so well in Eurovision now, to qualifying since their return every year. Maybe it's they're wanting to do bigger, bolder things and try and compete with the bigger, bolder formats. You never know what can really happen. But it could end up absolutely disastrous. But something that has come out is that Margaret, who tried to represent them with Pull Me Down, is not going to return. There was a lot of rumours and speculation after Eurovision saying that she would try again, and even some outlets saying she would compete again, but she's come out and said since, for now, I am done. I think this was a lot of pressure and it was a big lesson for me. I don't feel that music and artists should be ranked in any way. It's not like in sports. Someone will go to the end faster or jump higher. You can't compare music, you just like it or not. So clearly she doesn't agree with the way Eurovision is, and as a contest, clearly that's what it sounds like. But maybe if she won, it might have been a bit different, so you could have been going to Poland instead of Ukraine. Who knows? But Margaret is not returning, but we could have some other Polish acts returning instead. You never know. I am so praying Cleo doesn't make a return. And I know this is going to cause an outbreak off camera, but no, I do not like Cleo's song. I never did, never will. And Emily's now getting really sad at me about it.
No words, no words.
And on that note, we shall leave you. What are you thinking on Armenia and Poland's national selection formats? Do you think they'll work? Do you think they'll crash and burn? Let us know as always, and we will bring you news as soon as we get it here on the Eurotrip. Thank you, and we shall speak to you next time.